Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are here for the preview of Manchester United against Aston Villa. Manchester United's next fixture, a Premier League game. Huge 3 points at stake for Manchester United. And we play at the same time as Chelsea against Manchester City, which brings an even more interesting spin to this game. It was scheduled to be a 3 p.m. kickoff, and then because I think the Cortinas are playing at the cricket ground just down the road later on that day, the kickoff was brought forward to 12:30 p.m. UK time on Saturday, and now Manchester United and Manchester City, Chelsea will all play at the same time. Aston Villa, though, are a difficult team to play against. Few injury doubts for them, and a huge boost for Manchester United at the news that Edinson Cavani is now available for selection. Whether he'll start or not remains to be seen. But just as we came live, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has released the news that Edinson Cavani is available for selection, and we'll go in depth more on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's quotes from the press conference and also all of the team news. So make sure you're keeping it locked, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to AdamMcKola TV. We'll have loads more content coming your way as well. We've obviously got the post-match reaction tomorrow for you guys as well, to obviously this game, and of course that Chelsea Man City game. I should be with Rory and Boovy as well, so we'll get their thoughts to how things are going after 7 games of the season it will be. So interesting weekend ahead. Huge day of football tomorrow. It all starts off early, and as I said, we're previewing the game here. But just as we came live, we did hear from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and his press conference quotes are being released right now. And we heard Edinson has joined in training fully after that game on Wednesday, and he's held his hand up and is ready. Last season as well, he didn't have a pre-season when he came here. He's professional and meticulous, and of course, we're glad to now have him back with training with us and in the squad. We didn't lose anyone on Wednesday night. It gives me selection headaches, which is what I'd rather have than the other way round. Although Manchester United's performance on Wednesday wouldn't have given him any selection headaches. Sometimes you have to leave players out that you don't feel deserve to be left out. But that's the nature of the beast, and we've got to make sure we are ready for every single game. Cristiano Ronaldo will be in that team, and it remains to be seen whether Edinson Cavani will start. I imagine, if anything, he comes off the bench. He hasn't played since that behind closed doors friendly. Was it the one against Stoke? I remember him hitting the bar with a free kick. He obviously got a muscle pull in that game. Hasn't played or trained properly since then, up until yesterday. Obviously back in training now, but is unlikely to be starting this game against Aston Villa. I've got my predicted 11 for you guys as well, which we'll have up later on in this video. So make sure you keep your predicted 11s coming in. We have got quotes from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming in. He's been speaking about safe standing as well, and he says, I know the club are supportive. We want to trial that. When you stand up, you are more passionate and emotional. I'm looking forward to trialing that if everything goes to plan. Obviously, the TRA have done fantastic work at Old Trafford in terms of getting some atmosphere into the stadium, more atmosphere into the stadium, should I say. And something like this safe standing is something else that could boost atmosphere as well. You hear the away ends for Manchester United are always rocking, and the TRA has become almost like a little away end for Manchester United fans at Old Trafford. But if you get safe stand, and the reason I think aways are so good is obviously you have all the fans that are regularly know all the songs, all that kind of stuff, but you're standing for the large majority of the game. I hardly ever sit down in my seat at the Stretford end, and obviously that is one of the most vocal areas of the stadium as well. So, you know, safe standing, obviously not everybody can stand up, hence safe standing. It won't be in every part of the stadium surely, but it's great to see some form of trials and these kind of things coming ahead with the safe standing and things like that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been speaking as well about the start to the season, and it said it's early doors, but the first 2 months are important to get a head start. It's been a decent return with 13 points, but there are things to work on and bigger challenges ahead. And that's been the problem for Manchester United. We've had no level of consistency in result. As we saw, defeat against West Ham, beat West Ham, defeat against Young Boys, beat Newcastle. We've been up, down, up, down, up, down in terms of results. Now, obviously, We've got good results mainly in the Premier League, and we want to keep that up this weekend. We can't afford to be dropping any points. And when you look at the fixtures that Manchester United have coming up as well, let me just bring them up here on my phone. So you look at our fixtures. After Aston Villa, we've got Villarreal in the Champions League. And check out, I'm going to ignore the Atalanta game, which is sandwiched between the Leicester and Liverpool games. But check out our run of fixtures. Now, this Villa game isn't easy by any stretch. I know they lost against Chelsea 3-0, but they performed really well. Beat Everton last time out. Good news for Man United is no Leon Bailey for them, who I thought was terrific when he came off the bench. But after Villarreal, we've got Everton at home, Leicester away, Liverpool at home, Tottenham away. Then after Atlanta away, we've got Man City at home. Then we've got Watford away. Then we've got Chelsea away. Then we've got Arsenal at home. Then we've got Crystal Palace at home. And then that does see a little bit of a more favourable running around Christmas, which if we can get to and we're still within touching distance or, level on point with top spot, we'd be in a great position if we could get to the run of fixtures, which includes Norwich, Brentford, Brighton, Newcastle, Burnley, Wolves, Villa, West Ham, Burnley, Southampton, Leeds, Watford, before we place Manchester City away in March. Our run between December and March is incredible, but the run between now and December is very, very difficult. And obviously no games won on paper, and you can read out these fixtures and you could beat all the difficult ones and then lose 2 against the teams that you think are easier to win against. But we need to pick up points in these games, and this Aston Villa one's another one. City are playing Chelsea. Both of them might drop points, or one of them might drop points. Liverpool plays City next week. We need to capitalise when these teams are playing each other. Try and get a little bit of a stretch. Imagine if City lose their next 2 games, we win our next 2 games. We're 9 points clear of them. So we need to perform. We need to be at it in this game. I'm sure Cristiano Ronaldo will return to the starting lineup. I'm sure that, Bruno Fernandes will return to the starting lineup. Mason Greenwood's cameo was fantastic when he came off the bench. I'm sure he'll return to the starting lineup. Paul Pogba, another one that I'm sure will be in the starting lineup. So United will ring the changes for this game, for sure. But I'm hoping we see a good performance and a good result as well, because if we can get these early points, get some wins up under our belt, and we're not playing catch-up early doors, could be a good start to the season, and you never know where that can take you. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with some more quotes coming through. He says, we're still working on cohesion with Rafael Varane. We know we're going to score goals, but hopefully we can answer that with a clean sheet at the weekend. Only 1 clean sheet for Man United in the Premier League so far. Haven't conceded more than 1 goal in a game, but nevertheless, not enough clean sheets from Man United. You need to start keeping clean sheets. So that's one of the quotes coming out from this, from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Get your thoughts in on the game that is coming ahead as well in those comments below. Let us know who you think should be starting. What changes should we make? Was there actually anybody that caught your imagination and, got your attention at the midweek against West Ham? Do you think that Donny van der Beek should be starting in this game? Let us know what you guys think in those comments below. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Let's see if we've got any more quotes. He's been speaking about David De Gea. He said he called me in the summer to end his summer holiday earlier and come back and start his pre-season before. He wanted to be ready, the best possible version of himself. He has really worked, focused physically and mentally. He's better, and when you feel you've done the work, personal best, a few physical tests, it gives you more confidence and motivation. He plays behind a strong back four, but to play in front of David when he's in this form is good for them. For me, David De Gea, our number 1 goalkeeper at this moment, and I'm glad, it may have been down to circumstances, but I'm glad that we stuck with David De Gea. We're seeing the benefits of that now. We're seeing the benefits of him coming back early for pre-season training. We're seeing all those benefits. So David De Gea being back to his best is so good for Manchester United, and hopefully that continues. We've even seen an improvement in him in terms of his distribution with the ball as well. Omar and Stephen think that Dalot played well in the last game against Aston Villa. Glenn thinks Van der Beek was good, but not good enough for the league, apparently. Don't know if that's a sly dig at Ollie or whether he just thinks that. passive aggressive to say the least. Do you think Fred should start, says Adnan? Possibly, because McTominay is just making his return. A few minutes the other day, just making his return. So is he going to start this game? Possibly not. You're looking around elsewhere. Matic started the last game. Is he going to? Probably not. So I think you might see Fred and Pogba in the midfield, Bruno, etc. In fact, seeing as we're talking about it, let's go to our predicted 11. This is my predicted 11 right here. And as you can see, I've kept Jadon Sancho in the team. Now, you could potentially see Matic and Fred or McTominay and Fred. But I want to see Sancho start again. I think Fred and Pogba have enough about them. Pogba's done well against McGinn and Luiz before. So I think he could do it again. Fred performed all right up against those guys before as well. Although I know Fred's not the best player at the moment. Bruno Fernandes, obviously in there. Mason Greenwood, Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the team I think we should go with. You could potentially see McTominay and Fred and Paul Pogba on the left, Jadon Sancho on the bench, which is another possibility. But I think Jadon Sancho needs to get used to his teammates. He needs to get used to those players around him, build relationships with them and everything. And he's not going to do that sat on the bench. Now, obviously, you take your time with him. There's no need to rush these things. But I think start him. I don't think it was that bad midweek against West Ham. Showed glimpses at times with what he's about. But there was a time where he did some great combination play. And then Mata was going in and he hit it, as if Mata was going to run onto it. And it's like, know your players. Everyone knows Juan Mata's not getting onto that. Obviously, he's only been training with his team for a while now. So he needs to get used to each other and to his teammates. Bruno Fernandes is probably running onto that. So I think Jadon Sancho should be kept in the team. Keep some consistency with him. Give him some more minutes. You can always change things up if you need to. But I think that would be a good, solid team to be able to win this game. Obviously, I think Aston Villa are a fantastic side at the moment. Even with the loss of Jack Grealish, they've still shown that they have potential to cause an upset against the big boys. They played well against Chelsea, although they lost. They come into this game with a few players missing. Now, Leon Bailey injured his quad when he scored, I think it was, last weekend, against Everton. So he's out of this game. Matt Targett's out of this game. Axel Tuanzebe obviously can't play against Manchester United because of his loan agreement. And I think Trezeguet is out of this game as well. Nevertheless, they still have a strong side. You're probably looking at Danny Ings or Watkins playing. You're probably looking at maybe Al Ghazi playing potentially for them. But in the midfield, you're definitely going to see McGinn and Luiz playing. 1 second. Let me bring up their last 11. Because Leon Bailey didn't start in the last game. So you could see, now it depends if they've got another centre-back. Does Tuanzebe have to, being left out, mean they have to go 4 at the back? Because they've been playing with McGinn, Luiz, Ramsey and Watkins and Ings as 2 split strikers. Now they could do that again, but maybe not at Old Trafford. But Ings and Watkins both have a goal in them. McGinn has a goal in him. From set pieces, Tyrone Mings, aerially threatening. They've got a great goalkeeper in Martinez. So they're a team we have to watch out for, but they're a team we should be beating. And on a day when Chelsea play Manchester City at the same time as us, we need to be going all out for this win. All out for this win. And making sure we bring it home. The 90s kid Cal says, would you take John McGinn at United? Wouldn't be my first choice by any stretch, or my second or third choice. But I think he's a decent player. I wouldn't mind him, but he wouldn't be my first choice. Collector's Paradise with the 5-3-2. Yep, Matty Cash. Matty Cash is going to play for Poland, isn't he? Apparently. Scored a great goal the other day. Someone else that will be a threat. The low outrun in the 88th minute by Mark Noble. Not a good look, that, is it? Not a good look at all. If we win our games in November, December, we will be top of the table. We play Chelsea, City, Atalanta, Villarreal, Spurs, Arsenal. You got to replace Fred with Pogba and Van der Beek at his side. I don't think we're going to see that. Yash says Douglas Luiz is who I'd take from Villa. Yeah, I agree. If I was going to take either of those midfielders, it's probably him. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. My score prediction for this game, I'm going Cristiano Ronaldo to score again. I'm going Manchester United 3, Aston Villa 1. Unfortunately, we might not keep another clean sheet, but I think we will win this one. We need to win this one anyway. And if we can send a message to those two teams playing at the same time as well, that, yo, lads, if you are dropping points, we're going to be capitalising this season, then it could leave us in a good position by the end of this weekend. And I know it's early doors. But you got to start as you mean to go on, don't you? So fingers crossed that happens. Mo says McFred is our best midfield. What do you think about people hating on Sancho? Says Ivor. Typical. It was someone that everyone wanted their team to sign. It was like Pogba. Everyone wanted their team to sign Pogba. He comes to United and is the worst thing ever. People start talking shit about him. It's because they're jealous. It's because they wanted him. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in to the preview. You guys have been absolute legends. Gonna get out of here now. Remember, we've got the aftermath for you guys tomorrow, so make sure you're keeping it locked for that after the game. Until next time, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.